YTBC, what's the deal? I'm just on boxingscene.com right now reading the article. Luis Ortiz warns Tony Thompson barking dogs don't bite. Now this is just Luis Ortiz's response. Tony Thompson, came out last week, few interviews on Boxing Scene talking about that he wants to fight with Luis Ortiz, and Tony Thompson, the prophet, predicted that Alexander Dimitrenko would faint. It would piss his pants before he got into the ring with Luis Ortiz. Now, let me just go on and just read some of the quotes Luis Ortiz said in this. He says, let him say whatever he wants. A lot of times, almost always, a barking dog does not bite. I understand this is a part of the game of boxing, but we'll see when the day of the fight comes which of us will make the final statement. All right, he also wanted to say, the 0 hour is coming. I know that I'm going to answer everyone in the division one by one with all those men and everyone who hid behind excuses. All right, so the narrative is still out there that everybody's scared of Luis Ortiz. All right, now, Luis Ortiz fans are starting to attack me a little bit, and that's fine, because when you make YouTube videos, things like that happen. You have opinion about a fighter, and lo and behold, a commenter is going to have an opinion about you and what you say. So I'm fine with that, and that kind of goes without saying. But they're doing what a lot of fanboys do. Get to cussing you out, tell you get the fuck out of here, and get to calling you names and all that type of shit. All because I said I don't want there to be a false narrative that nobody wants to fight fucking Luis Ortiz. Alright? Just because Alexander Dimitrenko didn't want to fight you and Alexander Ustinov isn't in a rush to get in the ring with you, that's not everybody, alright? I'm sure Deontay Wilder, when it comes time, is going to fight you. Tyson Fury, Vladimir, all these guys will fight fucking Luis Ortiz. I just didn't want there to be a false narrative that just nobody wants to fight him. He's scaring everybody. He's the fucking undisputed champion of the fucking division. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, and I know a lot of you want to say, I'm hating on a Cuban. Like I had some Cuban guys say, quit hating on Cubans. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Really? Because I'm on here saying that I want there to be a false narrative that every fucking person is scared of him. That people say, oh, well, Thompson talked his way into his fight. Yeah, that's what a lot of motherfuckers are doing nowadays. You see Amir Khan just talked his chinny ass into a fight with Canelo. Thompson talked his way into a fight because he's a road warrior. I keep telling you guys, man, yes, this fight's at his home, is in his home. It's in Washington, D.C. He was calling him out. He said that Dimitrenko was going to pull out the fight before he even pulled out the fight. I started to make videos. The fight made sense. People, I hear fans say, he's about to get in there with a real Cuban. It's like, well, he did fight a Cuban. He fought Solis twice. Now, Solis isn't a southpaw. He's in as big as strong. I even heard Luis Ortiz say he used to play around with Solis, and when I used to train back in the day together, he used to play around with him. He used to toy with Solis, and he probably did. I'm not saying he didn't. But I think it's a good fight, especially for a short notice fight. This is a pretty decent fight. Tony Thompson, on short notice, pretty decent, right? Or do you want to see him face Paul Butlin and go in there and destroy fucking Paul Butlin and Travis walking out? Shannon Briggs would have been an entertaining fight, though. I'll give him that one. But a guy like Briggs, Thompson, I'm okay with it because it's entertaining and it's short notice. It's not like we're looking for him to fight some guy in 4 months, and this is fucking next month the fight is going on. Less than a month now. So for short notice, this is okay. It's all right. But a lot of Cuban fans getting on me, man. And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna, like, if you want to think this dude is, prime George Foreman or Sonny Liston when he beat Floyd Patterson and everybody, okay, if that's what you want to believe, fine. But I don't see that when I look at Luis Ortiz. I don't. I don't see that. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there guys that's, breaking their neck to sign the contracts to get in there with them? I wouldn't say that, but I'm not gonna say everybody's scared of him. Just like Joseph Parker and his team said that they've named a lot of guys for him to fight to come over to New Zealand, and nobody wanted to. They named Chris Arreola. They named Arnold Jerichai, Edmund Gerber. The list goes on and on. Shannon Briggs. A list of guys that they said were just ducking, did not want to go over there and fight him. That's what they were saying, and they offered a lot of guys money. Lucas Brown, a lot of these guys. You know, so if we go by this, if I add to the creating the false narratives, then I might as well just have a YouTube channel saying that every heavyweight, everybody's scared of these guys. Deontay Wilder comes out and said nobody wants to fight me. You think I'm going to actually come on YouTube and say, you know what? Nobody really wants to fight Deontay Wilder because he said so. That's stupid. I know Tyson Fury will fight Deontay Wilder. I know Klitschko would fight him. So if that's the case, then I'm going to come here and say everybody's scared of Luis Ortiz. Everybody's scared of Deontay Wilder. Everybody's scared of Joseph Parker. Everybody's scared of Anthony Johnson. Like, that sounds stupid. But I get it. You guys are extreme fans. And it's okay. Be an extreme fan, man. But I'm not an extreme fan of a fighter. I'm an extreme fan of the sport, especially the heavyweight division. I have my favorite fighters, but they don't fight anymore. But it's good that Luis Ortiz is going back and forth with Thompson. Is going to build up the fight. It's going to be a firefight, like I said. Thompson's going to bring the fight, you know. But Thompson has shown that he can be outboxed. He can be turned and outboxed. Malik Scott showed that. He showed he can be backed up on the ropes and outworked. Carlos Takam showed that. If you have a good jab, he showed he can be out jabbed. Vladimir Klitschko showed that. But what Tony Thompson has also showed is he's not scared, he's not afraid. He was walking Klitschko down in their first fight. He was walking towards Klitschko, making the fight, making him fight. You know, so Thompson's only been stopped by Klitschko. He's been in there with a handful of good contenders. I think Ortiz is going to match what Klitschko's done. I think he's going to stop Thompson, not because Thompson isn't a good fighter. He's still a decent, savvy fighter who's probably in the back half of my top, between 15 and 20. I'll put him in there somewhere as far as heavyweights right now currently. You know, but I think he's a guy like Alexander Dimitrenko. I thought he was a guy that can go in there with Ortiz and give him just some good work. You know, not necessarily beat him or upset, but just give him some good work. Take him some rounds, have some size and ability. Give him some good work. Thompson's a guy I think that's going to give you some good work by trying to fight you. Because I told you, if Thompson tries to fight off his back foot like he did with, you know, Takam, it's not going to work. It's not going to work in this fight. Because unlike Carlos Takam, I think Luis Ortiz can place his power shots better. He can mix up his punch variation, and he can place nice, hard shots. But if Thompson does come forward, he's going to have to watch out for that left uppercut. Because Jennings was running into that motherfucking uppercut all day. So did Monty Barrett. And Ortiz has this quick, fast left uppercut. He throw off his back foot going backwards. He'll surprise you with it. You know, but I'm still going Ortiz in this fight. But I'm like Ortiz is going back with the banter with Tony Thompson. It's going to be a good fight. I know his butthurt fans want me to just say everybody's scared of Luis Ortiz. Not true, and I'll never say it. YTBC, I'm out.